How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to another video, and it seems we have some big news coming from Camp PlayStation with the fact that Jim Ryan has signed the deal to keep Call of Duty on PlayStation. He's finally realized that there is no getting out of this, whether he's got a better deal or not, because he was offered a really lucrative deal before all of this happened, before it went to trial, even better than the one he had now, and he turned it down by saying, I don't care about signing a Call of Duty deal. I just want to block this merger. Well, now it's I don't care about signing a I don't want a Call of Duty deal. Can I just please sign that contract now, please? Because I kind of do want that contract to make sure that the games are going to be on my platform. Please, 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 please. But that's pretty much what's happened here. So let's go over to our usual and lovely place where all this information has been laid out for us to peruse. So we have Phil Spencer. We are pleased to announce that Microsoft and at PlayStation have signed a binding agreement to keep Call of Duty on PlayStation following the acquisition of Activision Blizzard. We look forward to a future where players globally have more choice to play their favorite games. Now, it's interesting here that they didn't mention a term or a length. Now, as you know, in court, Phil Spencer under oath said as long as there's a PlayStation, whether it's a PlayStation 6, 7, whatever, Call of Duty will be on there. Now, what this means, 10 years down the line, if they want to discontinue the Call of Duty brand and release a Duty of Cool brand as IP, that technically changes the IP. Can they do that? I'm honestly not sure. I know in company law, when you're looking at a company that's you shut down a company and then you kind of reopen another one with a different name, but it's under the same pretense. They're called Phoenix companies. I'm not sure if that same kind of principle will apply here, but I assume it will. So I think it's safe to say, despite all the crying and all the moaning and everything else, PlayStation will be getting Call of Duty. Now, whether they'll be getting all the other games like Diablo and everything else, I mean, I suspect Diablo is going to be on there. I suspect Overwatch is going to remain on there. But the single player games like StarCraft that are currently in development, that's a different question. But Call of Duty has been signed by Phil Spencer. He's finally ate his own words and signed the deal. He basically got in touch and said, hey, can I sign that deal there, because I kind of still need that, the revenue that comes from this. And it'll be interesting to see, well, I mean, we'll never know what offer was actually given to them, but, I wonder if it's actually worse than the one that was actually offered to them. But can you imagine turning around and saying, I don't want a new deal, I just want to block the merger. And then 3 months later, I don't want a new deal. I mean, is that offer still available? Like proper, like Oliver Twist. Please, sir. Can I have some more? Please. We have Brad Smith here. From day one of this acquisition, we've committed to addressing the concerns of regulators, platform and game developers and consumers, even after we cross the finish line for this deal's approval. We will remain focused on ensuring that Call of Duty remains available on more platforms and for more consumers than ever before. That has always been Brad Smith's approach and has been Phil Spencer's approach. But what does this mean for the versions and parity? Now, as we know, at least for 10 years, the games will be on parity, so there will be no exclusive content on either one. There will be no exclusive skins, no exclusive maps, no exclusive betas. Although Microsoft might have their, they've got their whole insider program, so maybe they will get access to Call of Duty betas a little earlier. I'm not sure if they are included within the early access because it's not an open beta or a closed beta. It's kind of like a secluded insider program, so that would be interesting to find out. But we do have lots of comments down here from Colt Eastwood. More players get access and a better value for Call of Duty. this took far too long to sign. Congrats to everyone. A really a humble way to put it, but the reality is the main difference between the PlayStation version and the Xbox version of Call of Duty going forward after 2024, because Sony still have their marketing rights, which they are actively right now trying to get cancelled. So what they're trying to do right now is get Microsoft to waive the cost of that marketing rights that Sony are going to pay. At least that's what they were hoping to get. And for them still to have those marketing rights. And so basically free marketing rights for a whole year. And clearly I don't think Microsoft agreed to that. And that was one of their stipulations to signing the deal. But now that it's gone through, I don't think Jim Ryan has any legs to stand on. So he's going to sign what he can get. Quick question, but does Xbox get anything in the deal or nah? Yes, a ton of revenue. Then marketing rights forever. As for fans, they will get Call of Duty in Game Pass. So the marketing rights, I don't know how that's going to actually work after 2024. I mean, that was never really disclosed in the trial, but I guess after 2024, when Sony lose the marketing rights, as it's an Xbox IP, it will automatically be transferred to them, and they will be able to advertise the game indefinitely. But for now, until the end of 2024, Call of Duty will not be on Game Pass. All the previous Call of Duties will, and I can already tell you that Microsoft has already done work on the multiplayer servers for the previous Call of Duties, and they are extremely popular right now. Modern Warfare 2, not the new one, but the older one, like the 360 one or the Xbox One version, I think it was, is buzzing right now. It's extremely popular and very populated because the servers are just back up. And with the 50% discount on all Activision games, especially on the old COD games on digital right now, they're flying off the shelves. I think it's time for COD points and Halo credits in Game Pass perks. I would love a Modern Warfare 2 remake, as expected. Plot twist, oh, this triggered a lot of people. Microsoft ends the Call of Duty franchise in 3 years and makes a new shooter game exactly like COD with a new name just to make it Xbox exclusive. I was actually toying around with this idea on how it could work, because I don't know if there's anything in the contract to say that, you know, though it's a 10-year deal, if it's not profitable, Microsoft could in theory just end the lineage of Call of Duty and then release it as a Duty of Cooley, whatever you want to call it, right? But would that count as the same game in the eyes of the law? I mean, in my opinion, it should. But is there anything in the contract to stipulate that such, event? Because technically, it would become a new IP, even if it is the same game. The move most people expected. Curious if this is a 10-year deal. Does it include ending the license agreement Sony has until 2024? So the licensing agreement is not going to end, and neither is the money Sony's going to have to pay for the marketing agreement until 2024. That is going to continue. Aside from Call of Duty, I am also curious to know what Xbox does with the abundance of IPs they now have access to. It'll be nice to see some new games coming along, because they've been missed a lot, like Spyro, Crash. They've kind of disappeared in this lineage of Call of Duty only, because that is the one that brings them the most money. I thought this one was quite funny. PlayStation Now, the Microsoft Activision Blizzard deal can go through.
I'm ruined. I have nothing left except Spider-Man.
I mean, if there ever was a clip specifically made for this situation, it's that one. That one made me laugh. Y'all seriously think Activision is all about Call of Duty? What about Crash, Spyro, Overwatch, Diablo, Tony Hawk, Candy Crush? I guess we won't see them again on PlayStation due to Xbox's monopoly. I wouldn't say that. Spyro could potentially become exclusive. Overwatch, Diablo will not be exclusive. Tony Hawk, I don't think will be exclusive. Candy Crush is mobile anyway. 10 years or indefinitely. Nothing is ever indefinite, but it is what it is. But yeah, so the deal is now done, and Microsoft have finally got this signature from Sony. And what this means is there's really, outside of the CMA's whatever hinge they have on the cloud, that is literally right now the only thing stopping this deal from going through. There's literally nothing else. That's it. So Monday is going to be really interesting because on Monday we have that CMC hearing where they go in front of the CAT tribunal to find out what is exactly going on, what is going off, and how they want to proceed about it. In my opinion, on Monday, inside the CAT tribunal, they're going to agree to be able to close the deal. That's my opinion anyway. We'll find out soon enough, and that they will further investigate the divestiture that they've been doing. Now that Sony's given their backing as well, the harm to console is completely out of water. I mean, that was thrown out anyway, but that was what the FTC was relying on, and so they've literally got nothing left to call back on. But the CMA, we'll find out on Monday, and I'll definitely have videos for that. So yeah, interesting stuff, right? Well, that's it for this video. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Remain legend.